Oh, hello, hello, hello. Okay, kisses to all of you. Let's get to it. Mwah. Love you, supporters. I hope that you're having a wonderful day. Don't forget to hit like and share. Still working on all of this good stuff over here that I'm going to be doing. As it comes together, you'll see it. A couple of housekeeping things. Number one, I've been told a few times that I'm a little annoying moving my nails and messing with my hair. Here's my suggestion. Turn your laptop, your computer, whatever you're watching with me. If I'm irritating, don't watch me because I can be. And so, because I don't want you looking at a blank screen. It's either me or a black wall. And so my suggestion would be to turn it like one of you work out, you sunbathe, you're working out in your garden and for hours and you're listening to me, but you're not looking and you get what you're gonna get out of my conversation. That's all. Another thing is I have nothing else to say about the housekeeping stuff. Let's move on. Meghan's been canceled by Spotify. I thought we'd been through this before. Was the news before that I was talking about wasn't official? It was interesting to wake up and everybody was talking about how Spotify says cancel Meghan. It's been over. Netflix is over. Listen, Netflix is just, in a minute, we will hear it. You have Netflix, you have Spotify. Those are two major giant networks over here that mostly everybody watches and listens to. And I don't know of another mega giant production company is going to put their stamp on Meghan and let them lose money. What has happened is the residuals from Oprah, Netflix, and Spotify, we're starting to see the downfall of the after effects of her talents and what she can do and what she can offer. She lies, she blames, and she's boring, and she talks about herself. She's not an influencer, and no one cares. And like I've been talking about for the last couple of days, if you have no talent, no one cares. No one wants to watch you. Why am I going to turn it on to you and you have nothing that I want to see? You're boring. And people here in the United States don't want to see her because she has nothing that she's showing us. What? What does she have that the celebrities over here have that people would rather see? WME is next. What happens in the United States is that if they find out that you are losing because Spotify has let it be known that they are losing 200 jobs, and then they fired the person that even brought her on to do her Spotify thing. They're gone. And then now they're losing money over her and people. If I was a corporation, I would be looking at this in a sense that, oh, she's losing money. Oh, we're not hanging out with her. And if we were going to hang out with her and get and hire her and bring her on to do something for the company to make us money, you're not getting it up front. And you're not getting millions. Meghan's money has shrunk. Where's her $1 million deals? They're over, they're drying up. It's called the well that's drying up. You are nothing over here in the United States if you don't have talent, if you don't have something going on besides the Duchess of Sussex and that you are married to a prince, especially if you're trying to build something within yourself to become great and become a president and to become liked. What is she going to do now? I am not going to invest in someone that's going to lose me money. And see, Meghan hasn't got the memo. She thinks that she is one of those people that can make a lot of money for doing whatever. No one's calling her and saying, hey, would you like to do this? Only Gail. She wants to use Meghan for for her session with Charles Barkley, the King Charles show. Remember the King Charles show? That ain't gonna happen. I'm sure, if I hadn't heard it yet, but I'm sure that thing is scratched. Because no one want to hear Gayle that knows nothing about the royal family. And Charles Barkley has it was just a stupid idea. And that was when the last CEO and CNN, Chris Letch, was over there doing stupid stuff. He's fired. I talked about him too, how he was a bad CEO, that his ethics and his Why would you hire someone that brings your company? First of all, CNN ratings was going in the toilet after Chris Cuomo, and then to top it off, I know I switched it, and Don Lemon. And now they didn't fire the CEO, but the owner should have never hired him. What was he waiting on to let this jerk go? And then, I heard that Anderson Cooper, them are pissed off at Caitlyn over there. A little bit of gossip on CNN side. That Caitlyn I told you guys how Caitlyn was going to be prime time in Don Lemon's spot, and that's where they wanted her to be. She was out in the field. She was a White House correspondent. So Caitlyn would go out to the White House and ask Trump and when he was in office questions. Now she done moved up all the way into a prime time spot, and Anderson Cooper and the OGs over there is pissed off about it, which they should be. Anyway, that's what they get for treating Don Lemon like that. I feel like Anderson Cooper is still, I don't know why he's still there. He's hanging on. He's loyal to them. I get that you want your job or whatever, but at what cost? Your reputation is on the line, Anderson Cooper. Moving on back to Meghan. Listen, it's over for her. I keep saying this conversations over and over and over again, but this is what's going on in the United States. I read a whole 2 articles about Meghan in the front of my the front of Kroger's grocery store. That's one of thousands that are filled with negativity about Meghan, the diva, the Duchess. They're not even calling her the Duchess of Sussex. They're talking about how she has ruined Harry's life, how she brought him over here and let him out to dry, how they ran around in New York City. That's what's costing them money as well. No one trusts them. No one believes in them. They're big fat liars. And the receipts are coming home to roost. Roost. And soon, I'm going to start hearing some of you guys, not yet though.
12 episodes. Meghan hosted one series where she interviewed celebrities about the history of stereotypes aimed at women, allegedly. She said at the time that she loved doing the podcast, but her hopes of doing more are now over. I'm joined by the culture and brand expert, Nick Eady. Nick, thank you very much for joining me.
Nick is a brand expert.
I understand.
Just to be friends.
Have a bit of a history with Meghan Markle, is that right?
Yes, we had a good friendship. I was the person who actually brought her over to the UK, so maybe it's all my fault.
Yeah.
But she's a very engaging woman with a lot of ambition.
Okay, all right. So, are you still friends?
No, we're not friends. I'm one of the many that were ghosted.
Okay, all right.
Not you, Nick. Ghosted.
But let's just deal with the actual story, Aaron, first before we get involved with the personal stuff. So, Archetypes is no more. She did, of course, treat us to such pearls of wisdom. I'm sure you'll have some, but there was, numerous ones with Serena Williams, wasn't there? There was one with Mariah Carey, where Mariah Carey called her a diva, which Meghan felt the need to then issue some kind of weird statement saying, "Oh, I'm not a diva," like a diva would do. Bad news for the couple.
Sorry.
Yes, it is bad news for them. I think for her especially, she was somebody who was extremely passionate about doing this podcast. But, what she did, unfortunately, was make it very, very elitist. And so probably alienated a lot of her fans. And I think that's one of the big reasons why Spotify had probably thought about dropping her. Also, they wasn't particularly rating particularly well. And the other thing, too, is that her popularity since Harry has talked so openly about his family, has really, really diminished.
Told you. No one wants to hear Meghan talk about herself and be all glorious and lovable while she's trashing her family and her husband's family. No one wants to hear that. That's not a brand over here in the United States. That's just being victims. And so now after 5 or 3 years since they've been over here, they haven't been able to produce anything. And if you haven't been able to produce anything other than trash, then we're done. Sussex Squad, what is she going to do? What is her plan? Okay. What is your girl going to do to make money, to be a brand? Because, hey, check this out. No one's inviting her to the Trooping of the Guard. She hasn't gotten an invitation. That would have been something to chit-chat about. But no one got an invitation. It's over. Oprah has dissed her. She's gone. Serena, she off having her baby. Meghan ain't got no friends. So she's running around California trying to meet some people. Again, why would I want to be your friend just because you need a friend? No. The friends that you dissed, why don't you give them a call, the ghosted, like this Nick person that is talking about how you ghost him to come over to the UK to help you, and then you diss him when you don't need him anymore. And so that's what's going on with you. Spotify and Netflix and the rest of them don't need you anymore. Number one, you're not making money for them. They're not going to keep you on their payroll. This is as bad as news as you can get it for Meghan. You have no brand. You have no reputation. You have a WME that you're hanging on to like a thread. And you can't tell me the New York City car chase doesn't have WME on edge. Every time we turn on something, she's going down the tube. She has no family. She has no friends. She has no job. Where's she working at? And I know she was at Trash City. Trashing the royal family, lying, talking about they were racist. Everyone knows that that's a lie now. I do. Let me tell you something. Her being terminated is breaking news over here in the United States. I thought that she was already done. But okay, they're catching up.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, is this the classic example of burning all of your bridges to make a quick buck and then realizing that, frankly, you're not really worth the hype? And now what do you do?
Well, yeah, this is a problem, and it's actually set up a massive precedent here, because the fact of the matter is that, people are expecting them to be the golden couple and Meghan to be this golden
power couple
who will make money for brands. That's the only reason that they are throwing these millions at them, is because they want to
Jay-Z and Beyonce, Jennifer and J-Lo.
The value is not there.
Meghan and Prince Harry. Boom!
Can you just talk to me a little bit more about the numbers behind this then? So it was supposedly an 18 million quid deal for 2 series. We're only being treated to one of them now.
Skipping.
This is the biggest problem, from a financial point of view. 18 million is a lot of money. And so when a brand has suddenly decided not to further the contract, then there's a huge issue there. And other brands are going to be really alarmed by this. Spotify is a massive player. They've said that they're finding it hard to find revenue from advertising, etc. And so if they think that this sort of golden goose that, Meghan Markle was really purporting herself to be, and when she left the royal family, that's why people were throwing so... much money at her. Now, for people to say, actually, no, we want a refund, that is going to send out to all the different brands a huge message of actually no confidence.
But is it just because she didn't really have much of value to say? I could understand it if she was going to come out and say some absolute pearls of wisdom that proved her to be an academic genius who'd...
Okay, so I didn't know I still had you guys on. Did you hear the part where he said that other other production companies are going to see how she has lost their money and how they have dropped her? She's poison. She's box office poison. That's what you call, we don't want to work with you. No. It's over. You don't have a brand. Your brand will never exist. It's over. You had a window of opportunity and now you have nothing. Unless she coming out flying around on a gold post talking about she's Superman and saving the world, it's a done deal. No one in the United States is watching her. No one is investing in what she's doing. That's the scary part. I thought Spotify was supposed to be this big series and making all kinds of money. And Netflix and Spare, and they had all these deals and stuff. Where are the deals, Meghan? Where are your deals? Where is your money-making machine? I want to know, what are you going to do? Sussex Squad, where you're all over there dissing the family and the royal family and not focused on what your girl is going to do. Because if I was a Sussex Squad person, I would be trying to figure out what the heck is she going to do. My comments would be like this. So now what's a Sussex Squad forever? What are we going to do? Our girl is in trouble. We're in red alert state. I'm going to repeat it and I'm out of here. We have no brand. We have no reputation. We don't have a husband. We are a woman with no country, from the United States to the UK. We don't have the royal family. We only have the name the Duchess of Sussex. That means nothing. What does the Duchess of Sussex mean if you can't make millions over here? Her objective was the main reason she married Harry was to create a brand and make money and become a global instant love goddess from everywhere. And no one in her camp told her, this road that you're taking will destroy you. And not only did it destroy her, the Oprah, it cost Oprah her reputation,
intellect and understanding and knowledge, like a book.
Tyler Perry's, and go on and on and on. She is one of those poison people that when she touches something, the apple instantly turns dark. And if it ain't gonna turn dark today, check in a year. Because that Oprah interview is dark. Spotify is dark. No one cares. It's over. In a minute, she's just gonna go off. And then I will need to have something else to talk about other than Meghan. Because in the United States, it's over. It's over. How can I explain it? Who's not acting anymore? Cameron Diaz is still an A. I can't even put her in the same category. Those that used to be actresses and actors, where are they? They're going to be right there with Meghan. They're right there. That's the group Meghan is in. Let me tell you what Hollywood has done. They have blacklisted her. She is blacklisted. She is no longer considered something of value. Not to the royal family and not to her own. The only way that she can come out of this is if she uses her kids. I'm out of here, guys. Peace. Oh, one of you said, oh, can you shorten your videos? Nope, I've tried to do that in the past and I end up leaving things out. Listen, this is what you can do. Listen to 10 minutes at a time. Kisses.